What's going on, everyone? Austin John Plays here, and today I'm going to be going over some helpful early game advice for your adventure in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Now that you've finished the beginning of the game and you're finally heading down to essentially the ground in Hyrule Castle, you're going to notice a few things, but the very first thing I want to point out, while you're in the air, you can pull out your Purapad and mark things in the distance. You don't even have a paraglider yet, but still, you can just look off into the distance, tag all the shrines that you see with all the green glowing around them. Am I gonna land in water? I'm gonna land in water, I'm safe. Look, there's another shrine right there. Oh, I can't place any more pins. And now we're officially in Hyrule Kingdom, right? Text on screen? There it is. I love these random little jingles for things that you've achieved. And when you look at the map, you can now use D up and D down to go between the sky and the surface. On the surface, I like to come up with sort of a key on what shrines and what things I want to mark down. And I didn't have a set system in place during Breath of the Wild because, you know, it was a brand new game. But now I already have an idea on what I want. All the shrines I want to make my way to, those are going to be these little pins right here, the little diamond icons. And those are just 6 that I saw on my way floating down. There's a lot more shrines in this game. To let you know, there's 152 shrines. 120 of them are on the surface and 32 of them are going to be in the sky. So you've made your way to Lookout Landing, you got yourself your paraglider, fantastic, and now you have so many opportunities in front of you that you don't know exactly what you want to do first. The very first thing, you're probably going to need some armor. 100% gonna need some armor, and if you want to, you come over here at Lookout Landing and buy the Hylian outfit for 120, 130, and 70 rupees, but you probably don't have any money right now and you want to hoard your items because, you know, you could shoot enemies with them. I'm actually going to let you know about 3 pieces of armor you can get within, like, I don't know, the first 20 minutes of playing the game that are actually good pieces of armor. I took a moment and jotted down all of the shrines that I saw directly around central Hyrule. The very first piece of armor I want to let you know about is going to be about here at the Cronal Hills. I'm going to be making my way up the Romani Plains. I'm going to be unlocking this shrine. I'll let you know exact details when I'm there. Hey, look, it's that shrine that I said I was going to go unlock. After unlocking the shrine right here, I actually don't want to walk all that way, so I'm going to go over here and get myself a horse, and if you're good with sneaking up on aminals, go for it. Although I'm pretty sure these are tame horses, so they aren't going to run away too quickly. I did cook some of those staminella shrooms, so I can recover my stamina if I need to. The worst case scenario, you could always, you know, ice arrows. I think I want the one with the white hair. He looks really cool. Very sneaky. Getting a horse actually has nothing to do with how much stamina that you have or the horse itself. I mean, the horse itself matters a little bit, but it mostly has to do with how quickly you hit the L button. When you hit the L button super duper quickly, you're able to actually tame the horse, and you could do it with just 1 stamina ring. Also, right outside of this shrine, the Yamio shrine, you're going to be finding yourself a Gerudo chilling underneath a cherry blossom tree. There's a couple important things here. One, there's an Endura carrot. If you feed an Endura carrot to your horse, it gets +2 stamina runs. But if you speak with this Gerudo over here, she's looking for a handsome vo and tells you a rumor about the cherry blossom trees. Apparently, if you were to offer a fruit, there's going to be a magical creature that shows up and lets you know about all of the caves in the area. So take 1 apple, put it in there. Crazy neigh sounds happen. And Satori, Lord of the Mountain, is just chilling here. Lord of the Mountain was in the previous game, and if you attacked him, you got a whole bunch of money, but also you could ride him, and he was a super fast horse. You can't do that in this game, or I haven't found it at least, but the whole point of that is anytime that you offer up an apple, it's going to be showing you all of the caves in the area. And that's perfect because we're going to this cave right here at Cronal Hills. See, I was a little close. I would highly recommend you come over here and put down some sort of symbol that you're going to know in the future that that's going to be where the cherry blossom tree is, and you're going to be able to go back later in case you need your caves highlighted in the area. On my way to the bridge, I found a rocket over here, and listen, every time that you can, when you see rockets laying around, attach them to your extra shields. Who doesn't immediately want an extra boost in height? And also, that is a stone talus with bokoblins on top of it. If you have a weapon good enough, you could take that down, but honestly, all we need to do is just run past it. Okay, my horse doesn't want to go any further. That's fine. We're both just going to run up this way. And over here, we get to learn about a new game mechanic, which there are a whole bunch of blurpees chilling out in the world. And these blurpees, I mean, you know, if you attack them, you can do that. And they'll drop some rupees. Oh, that one dropped a lot of rupees. But also, they're going to be showing you entrances to caves. So if you don't know where a cherry blossom tree is in order to find a cave entrance, you can just use a blurpee to guide your way. He ran over here, and boom, cave entrance. Now, do you see this banner right here? This is going to be the banner representing, I believe his name is Mikos or Mykonos. You know, the bandit from the first game that had that one side quest? Well, apparently in this game, he's hidden a whole bunch of armor all over the world. And if you ever find a cave that has one of those banners, know that somewhere inside is going to be a treasure chest that you're going to want, because it has an exclusive piece of armor you can't find anywhere else in the world. Now, located right down there is a stone talus, and I actually don't want to fight him quite yet. Instead, we're going to make our way over to right here. This large amount of luminous ore, we're just going to go ahead, attach a bomb flower. They're local in this cave system. Grab the luminous stones that fall out. Let's climb up. And heading inside, boom, here's going to be a shrine for us. Well, not a traditional shrine, but an altar with the Barbarian armor. That's right, Austin John Plays got you the Barbarian armor as one of your first pieces of armor in the game. You're welcome, I know. Now, if you want to go ahead and take on the stone talus, go for it. Just make sure that you use some kind of boulder weapon that's going to be more powerful against the rock on his back. And also, because bombs are in limited supply, you could still bomb his arms like you used to, or you could just rise through him, reach the top, and attack his stone. Oh, I'm not doing a lot of damage, am I? Luckily, I know his attack pattern. I usually get 4 hits off, and then he does his buck and bronco thing. And with some persistence, you can actually take out the stone talus pretty easily. I mean, especially if you know how he works in the first game, because pretty similar, if not exactly the same in this game. And one of the cool parts about that is they drop their heart, which then you can just attach to whatever powerful weapon you have to make a very powerful early game weapon. Of 26. That's pretty nice. Keep in mind, these come back every blood moon, so you could always just get another one later. And instead of walking out the cave, keep in mind you could always just ascend out, and you're good to go. Oh, my horse is still here. Oh, he is. Great. How about we go register you? There is a stable right down here that I want to visit. Nice. This is the wetland stable. There's actually a few stables that are right in the immediate vicinity of where you start the game. Your first time speaking to a stable master, they're going to tell you about the stable system and your pony points. And really the most important pony point is when you get 3 pony points, because that's going to give you the towing bridle, towing saddle, whatever it was called. Oh, I forgot what this horse's stats were. I name horses based off of their stats. 1, 3, 3, 2. And you're also going to see that, as opposed to the previous game, they now have a pull stat to indicate they're pulling. Speaking of horses and whistling, just in case you're familiar with the run whistle glitch, that doesn't work in this game. But also, one of the best parts about being here at a stable is if you have a large amiibo collection, now's a great time to start scanning them. Because if you know the Twilight Princess one and the Smash one, they give you Epona. So if you want to register Epona at a stable, you might as well scan your amiibo at a stable. I'm going to be having a whole video coming out about all the exclusive things that you can get from amiibo in this game, which is more and less and different than it was before. And next to every stable is always going to be a shrine, so make sure you go activate that fast travel point. Located right smack dab in the middle of Hyrule Field is going to be one of the shrines that I want to go to, but you're also going to notice this large amount of gloom coming from the earth. There's going to be a traveler over here. I'm going to go talk to him in a second. First, I want to activate the shrine. And if we go speak to this guy next to this massive gaping chasm over here, I'm part of the chasm investigation team. And Joshua, who's back at Lookout Landing, she's actually the leader of the team. And if you want to, you could just go ahead and jump in here. And if you don't want to be spoiled by what's down here, although I'm just going to be giving you some information you're going to learn as soon as you start playing, feel free to skip to this timestamp on screen. But if you want to see what's down here and some helpful advice for being down here, then continue watching. Anyways, once you make your way underground, welcome to the depths. The depths are completely black. Like 100% no light. And there's some fireflies here, who, if you cook them up with monster parts, you get a, pretty sure it's something that glows, makes you glow. That was it. That's one of the new enhancements. And this is a light root. Light roots are how you're going to be able to illuminate the depths. The light pours into the branches below, we get some foliage around it, but most importantly, we can actually see what's going on. Actually, no, most importantly is now it's a fast travel point. And on your map, you've now unlocked the third layer of the map, the depths. And just to let you know, the depths is the size of the entire map. The entire map of Hyrule, everywhere that is solid land, is depths. So they have just doubled the size of the game and didn't even tell us. What a power move, really. You guys want to know an amazing little secret? You see the shrine right here? Directly underneath the Joyson Shrine, Nisoij light root. That's because the location of the light roots mirrors the shrines 100% in the game. So if you ever find yourself a shrine, go down one floor, put down an icon, and that's where a light root is going to be. Doing that, you're actually able to map out all of the light roots and or shrines, depending on which one you have. So if you look out in the distance in a way that you know that there's going to be one, boom, there's a light root. Mark it down. And that pretty much corresponds with the shrine that I was about to visit on the surface. In fact, this one is probably more accurate. If you go back to Lookout Landing and you speak with the girl underneath this one platform here, who was standing next to Pura before, she's going to be letting you know about the Depths Investigation Team, and then sends you on a very quick quest that just requires you to come down here and activate, I think, 2 or 3 light roots, and that's going to start a whole different thing going on. But the Depths requires its own video on its own. If you want to come down here and spend some time and learn some things for yourself, go for it. I'm going to be talking about it later. For the meantime, I'm going to head back up to the service and get the rest of those fast travel points. It's amazing that Hyrule Field, while it's not completely littered with guardians everywhere, and you could just run across it, feels like a brand new experience. I mean, it is a new experience, but it feels somehow so familiar and somehow still so very different at the same time. You know what I mean? Now that I went ahead and unlocked the shrines that I wanted to, registered a horse, I wanted to talk about the 4 different directions that you can go, and the game recommends for you to go to Rito Village, and honestly, I'm gonna really recommend you go to Rito Village. Like, in Breath of the Wild, I'm usually very hesitant to actually do the 4 champion quest lines, but the 4 starter quest lines in this game, the Rito one, it's, I don't want to spoil anything, but he gives you an ability that you can use in the overworld very often that makes traversal so much better. I mean, like, dramatically so much better that there is no reason you should not do it. I'm just gonna walk past this Phoenix here because he's real slow. Okay, thought he was slower. And there's going to be a Blurpee. By the way, I'm leaving this route off of the map. I had to leave my horse behind. He got stuck on a rock. Don't ask me details about it. And this cave is exactly where we want to go to, where this Blurpee is running to. Oh, I got him right at the last second. Nice. And this is going to be the second piece of clothing that we're going to be getting in this video that's going to be super helpful and fantastic all at the same time. These guys are such a pain, especially when there's 2 of them like this. So what I like to do is just stun him And then we're just gonna run behind him and we're gonna use Rise. Now, remember what I said before about those banners, meaning that the cave is special and has armor in it? Well, this one does. There's also a Horriblin in here. If you get him in the face, he falls to the ground and then gives you a little bit of time to do some work. And now if you look this way, one, we're gonna be seeing the Bubbul up above, but we're gonna be going back there in a second. But you're gonna see this banner down here and these mushrooms behind this waterfall. That's sort of our indicator that we want to go behind the waterfall. And inside of here, we have another special altar with another piece of clothing that you're going to want. Climbing gear. Yes, unfortunately, I just got you 2 pieces of clothing for the same part of your body, the torso. But, hey, it's better than not having it, right? Let's go ahead and use Rise. That's going to put us in the water, which I always think is just so weird. And where'd that frog go? He's right here. That's our next Bubbul gem. And then remember, to get out of a cave, all you need to do is ascend out. And that's going to put us right by Rito Village. Heading to Rito Village, did I say Rito Village? To this stable over here. And this shrine. Isn't that fantastic? And I could get my horse back. The new Serene Stable. Let's go ahead, unlock this shrine. Now, over there in the distance, you're going to see a hot air balloon and Impa from Breath of the Wild. That is going to be starting the Geoglyph quest line. You could probably see on the ground that we're next to a Geoglyph, and we saw them all over the trailers. That's going to make it so you can activate the Geoglyphs on your map and see a whole bunch of memories of the game. The storyline through the memories is a heck of a lot better than it was in Breath of the Wild. Like, dramatically better. I don't know the end yet. I know up until the end, but I didn't do the final boss, but oh, the story is, it's chef's kiss. By the way, anytime you go to a new stable, even if you don't plan on doing anything, make sure you talk to them so you get a pony point. And that's my 3rd pony point. And to redeem your pony points, you're going to want to come over here to this book. Then you can receive a reward. And that's going to be for the towing harness. Nice. And there is a 3rd major place that I want to go to, which isn't very far from our starting area. It's going to be about here. If you're looking at the dark shadows, you're going to see this joining of shadows, and then it's going to be just a little bit to the right. So from Lookout Landing, we're just going to head north up this road. There's going to be a shrine here I want to unlock. And while I'm here, I'm going to come grab a new temporary horse that I want. Yoink. And let's head north, new temporary horse. Oh, hi there. This is one of the travelers who's just generally walking around the area. Mishi, she's going to be wearing a crazy mushroom outfit, and she's going to be talking to you about Misco's treasure. And I believe it's the first time that you speak with her around this general area. She's going to be giving you 3 quests. And these 3 quests involve 3 pieces of clothing that are pretty fantastic, honestly. So fantastic that I already told you how to get 2 of them. And that bottom one is just rubber. I think it's rubber down there. If you see her, great. If not, I already told you where it was. And if you want that rubber armor location, it's right next to this shrine that I apparently marked over here. But in reference to the water puddles on the map, there you go, and there you go. Huh. There's also a shrine on the other side of this hill I want to go touch. So it turns out that that campfire was actually 2 people talking about treasure that was in the middle of a pond. And this is the Woodland Stable. And at the Woodland Stable, we actually have 3 points of interest. One is going to be a shrine that we can unlock right next to it, right there. Thank you, Echo Chiyu Shrine. And from the Echo Chiyu Shrine that we just unlocked, if you head pretty much directly west and just a little bit north, you're going to be seeing a big purple plume of smoke above you. And that big purple plume of smoke lets you know that, boom, that's a Great Fairy Fountain. Unfortunately, the Great Fairies in this game... Oh, hi, Mr. Bear. Can I ride you? I want to ride you. Come back. I want to pet you. We be friends. Thank you. Great. Now I have a bear to ride. Can you get off the rock? Can you get off the rock? Off of the rock. No? No, you don't want to get off the rock? Off of the rock. I know the second I dismount you, you're going to get off the rock, no problem. Can you go backwards off the rock? See, you got off no problem. I knew you could get off of the rock. These great fairies over here, they, unlike the last ones that wanted a whole bunch of money right up front, they want to hear music. from a traveling band. And the traveling band travels to all of the different stables throughout all of Hyrule. However, they have a very long quest line that begins with Woodland Stable over here, which is the reason that we came to it, by speaking to this musician over here. However, they say, should we tell the newspaper what happened? So, the only way to begin the Great Fairy quest line is to go up through the Rito area to what used to be the Rito stable, which is now the newspaper. You've actually heard a few people talk about it, which is all the more reason the game really pushes you in that direction, because you learn about so many different things and start so many quest lines. While you can start anywhere in Hyrule, above Hyrule, or below Hyrule, you're probably best off going to the Rito stable and then doing that quest line involving the Rito area. But while we're also at Woodland Stable, there is another point of interest, because before I said 3 and I don't know if I can count. Does that look familiar to anyone? We're going to be finding our good old buddy, Kilton. Except Kilton has his little brother here, who is currently in white paint and wants to become a Satori, just like Lord of the Mountain. So he painted his entire body the same color as Lord of the Mountain, and he has those little antlers, and he wants to become a Satori, so he needs to eat Bubbul gems. And in order to start this off, you're gonna hand him his first Bubbul gem. And you're gonna get yourself a Bokoblin mask, very nice. And then he's just gonna go ahead and just eat the gem. And he's gonna say that he's gonna need more gems. From this point on, he's gonna be appearing at several different places, all at nighttime, just like Kilton used to. And Kilton is gonna go ahead to Tarrey Town, because he's gonna become a contributing member of society, so good for him. So if you know where Tarrey Town is, right about here next to the Wrist Peninsula, you can go to Tarrey Town. If you want to go do one of the 4 adventure logs, which is the regional phenomena, feel free to go to any of the 4. But if you want my personal opinion, definitely do the Rito one first, because he's by far the best ability you get. Second best would definitely be Goron. And then the other 2 are okay, I guess. If you want to go to Impa and the Geoglyphs, then that stable that we unlocked before, the New Serene stable, Impa's right next to it. If you want to take some time and do a whole bunch of shrines, go for it. I already talked to you about how you can do the cherry blossom trees at this tree right here and several others to highlight the caves that are in the area. That way you're going to know where the hidden shrines are. If you want to go explore the depths and get all of the crazy treasure that's down there, you're more than welcome to. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go have some fun playing this game, and actually I got all the shrines here except for one, so I'm probably gonna make an accompanying shrine per region video. Who knows, maybe I'll do that. Guys, if you found this information helpful, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button down below. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, turning on notifications. Until next time, Austin John out.